or not?
No, sir.
Marketing, you don't understand what is marketing? Hello?
You kindly repeat that lecture, sir.
Okay. Your first, sorry for the disturbance, students. Your first unit is Introduction to Marketing and Logistics System. Okay. Hello? Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. So marketing and logistics both are two different broad areas in management or in your commerce education. So let me first make you understand what is marketing, then I will go for logistics. Okay. Marketing is identifying your consumers' needs, then design a product for them, then produce a product, then you will distribute the product so that it will reach with the ultimate consumer who will consume that product and enjoy the benefit. Am I clear? Am I clear? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Please respond, otherwise I cannot go ahead. Okay. So producing a product to from that part to actually reaching the product with the consumers. That part has been separately distributed to another part, that is logistics. Means suppose one product is produced from Pune and their actual consumption is going on Bhubaneswar. At that point, logistics comes into picture. When there is limited boundary but or limited place for business, at that time logistic has no importance. Means goods are produced in some place, distributed in within some local area, then there is no need of logistics. So this logistics as a separate subject or separate area of business comes when the production facility and the ultimate consumers are living in a large distance. Suppose Apple phones are produced in China, but they are consumed all over the world. Then logistics comes into picture. In India, suppose Maruti are produced in Gurgaon, consumed all over India. Then logistics comes in picture. So logistics nowadays has gained so much importance because of that diverse location of your plant and the ultimate consumer. Logistics basically fulfills the need of setting a plant in a place and reaching and supplying that goods to the ultimate consumer. Am I clear? Hello? Am I clear to all of you?
Ji,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. All are you comfortable in English, or I will speak in Hindi or some other language?
Sir, we are comfortable anyway.
In
Anyway, English or Hindi.
Okay. So if you any doubt, I will basic totally primarily speak in English. If you any need, I will speak in Hindi also. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So now logistic is almost clear. Then what are the objectives of logistics? Okay. For what objectives logistic or what purposes logistic will solve? Okay. First objective is goods will reach with the customers in correct quantity. Means suppose Maruti is produced in Gurgaon. In Odisha, per month, 5,000 units of Maruti cars are needed. Okay. So if that 5,000 cars will deliver to Odisha in right time, that is called in correct quantity. Means the quantity required at the destination will be supplied by the manufacturing unit to the destination. Okay, is it clear? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then at desired location, another objective of logistics you had. Desired location means nowadays manufacturing facility is located in 2-3 places in all over India, but that product or things what you are producing, that is desired in all over India, means all over India consumers are waiting for your product. So it is another requirement that logistic will support that the correct quantity will reach at the desired location, means the location where people are wanting that product. Third is at required time. Why time is important? Because nowadays there are many options available to consumer. If you will take more time to deliver your goods, then automatically consumers will shift to another product because they don't want to wait for so much to enjoy a product. So nowadays, time has utmost importance within the stipulated time. If you are not able to deliver your goods, then you will lose your reputation, lose your customers. Is it okay? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Then the goods must be in usable condition. Suppose you are supplying some goods from a manufacturing facility to the destination, the goods must be in same quality and same usable things. Let me give an example. Suppose you are ordering a phone in Amazon. Okay? They are delivering you the phone. After finding that phone, what you see, that phone is broken from its sides. What you will do? Then you will return the goods to the Amazon person that we don't want this. Why? Because the goods they have produced is not in usable condition. Means suppose you are supplying a bike to your customers. When the bike reach to the destination, that some mirror is broken, some part is not functioning, then it is no use of supplying the goods. So another requirement of logistics is to supply the goods that must be used in a efficient way, or that goods must be in usable condition, means the condition that will be fulfilled for use. At the lowest, another objective is at the lowest cost, because the logistic cost or the distribution cost or the supplying cost will be indirectly added to the cost of the product, and that will be charged to the customer. Suppose I am manufacturing a goods on 2,000 rupees, the distribution or the logistic cost will be 1,000. Then the cost that customer will pay will be 3,000 or more than that. So the lower cost you will incur in logistics, that you have to give your customers the product at a price which will be competitive. Suppose both two companies are there, two competitors are there, two competitors are producing same goods with same cost, but while transporting the goods or while distributing the goods, one company is incurring more cost on distribution, another is incurring less cost. In that case, the company who is incurring less cost, he can, or that company can supply the goods at a less price than the company who is incurring more cost on logistics. So nowadays, the transportation, the distribution part will be less costly, so that you can offer your customers the same product at a less price or competitive price. Am I clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
So that means now the objectives of marketing logistics in your book, it is already there. That is correct quantity, desired location, required time, in usable condition, and at lowest cost. Any doubt on this?
Sir, in order to reduce the cost, we need to increase our distributors or warehouses, or how can we reduce the cost?
The logistic is a holistic concept.
चप्पल
Okay.
चाहिए.
Hello,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Himani. Logistic is a holistic concept. Okay. Logistics starts from where? From the manufacturing facility. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Where it ends when
With
it
the
reaches
end
the
user.
ultimate destination. So in between these, you have to use mode of transport, warehousing, and all those facilities you need to use. Okay. So if in order to reduce cost, you have to reduce cost in every part. Suppose there are 3, 4, or 5, 6 modes of transport available: rail, road, air, water, all those are available. So you will use that transport where cost will be minimum.
But sir, it will take much time.
But time in no, that means if you buy that will study later how you can make a trade off between cost and your time.
Okay,
Are you
sir.
getting me? Suppose you want to send a courier from Bhubaneswar to USA. When your first primary importance is how it will reach in USA within less time. Okay, then you will choose a transport, you will use a mode, or use a courier company which gives you facility that it will reach within 2-3 days. At that time, you have to pay some extra cost. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Suppose a customer in Odisha wants a mobile phone in Amazon. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Huh. In that option, when if you order that phone, in that option, they give you option that if you want your phone within 2-3 days, then you will give some extra charges. In every means Flipkart or Amazon or any company you choose, they will give you option. If you need your phone or need your product within 2-3 days or within less than their normal time of delivery, then you have to pay some extra charges. That is separate case. So when consumer is ready to pay to reduce the time, then you can use the transport that is quick and fast. Okay. Is it clear? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So in order to reduce cost, you have to choose everything in a deliberate manner or in a manner so that the total cost will be reduced. Suppose you have to prepare a good dish. You are cooking chicken, you want to prepare a good dish. There is no one formula that you can prepare good chicken. From cooking, you have to measure everything, every masala, so that the chicken will be cooked. The chicken cooked will be good. So in case of logistics also, the same thing. You have to measure and minimize cost in every component so that your total cost will be less. There is no direct formula that you can reduce your cost. because there is no one component there. There are multiple components. If you want to reduce cost, you have to reduce cost in each component. Then your total cost will be reduced. Okay. I think I'm getting clear of that question. How to reduce cost?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Another thing is improving customer service, because now business is all depend upon customers. There is no customer, no business. So the whole or sole objective of companies in nowadays is to serve your customers better. So how to how logistics will help in improving customer service? Because logistics will help you to get the required things at required time, or logistics will help you in physical distribution of the goods. Your goods will be reached with customers at different location. Then you can serve your customers with better service. Then second one is reduce total distribution cost. Another point, logistic, how logistic will do that, reduce distribution cost. Distribution means from plant location to the ultimate consumer. What cost it involves? It involves your warehousing cost, it involves your transportation cost, it involves safeguarding cost, it involves loss to protect from theft, protect from damage. All costs you have to minimize, because if you are sending goods that are not good condition, then nobody will purchase that. So how to reduce distribution cost? You have to reduce your transportation, reduce your warehousing cost, reduce your wastage cost. All these costs will be reduced, then your total cost will be reduced. Generating additional sales. If your logistic or transportation cost will be minimum, you can provide the goods, or provide or give the goods in less price or competitive price than your customers. Okay. If you can give them same product with less cost, then automatically consumers from other competitors will attract to you and your sales will increases. Then creating time and place utilities. What is time and place utilities? Time utilities means that goods are producing in different time and consumed in different time. Suppose that mango juice, mango is produced in some season and it is consumed in whole the season, mean consumed in whole the year. So once mango is produced, then you can utilize those mangoes and store that mangoes in a warehouse, so that at the time of need in all through the year, you can give the customers required things. Okay, that is called time utilities. Means goods are produced at a time and consumed at different times. Place utilities means goods are produced at one place, consumed at different place. In Bajaj automobiles, two-wheelers are produced in Pune, consumed in all over India. That is called place utilities. Means goods are produced in one place and consumed in another place. You means from one place to another place, that utility of the goods will increases. Then price stabilization. Price stabilization means the am I clear to all of you till now? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Place utility and time utility both are clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then price stabilization. Stabilization of price means that you can maintain the price throughout the year. How you can maintain? Because you know that for manufacturing a product, you need raw materials. Raw material price is fluctuating day by day. Suppose nowadays your lockdown is going on, raw material is available or not, the raw material where is available, they are charging high cost. So in this case, you cannot stabilize the price if you can purchase raw material from market every month because raw material price is increasing day by day. So in order to maintain stabilization, you have to purchase raw materials and store them in your warehouse so that you can stabilize the price or you can maintain the price. Suppose that real mango juice cost you 40 rupees. Mango in the season of production per kilo you can get 20 rupees. Apart from the production process, production days, mango rate increases. In others odd season it increases. If you purchase mangoes from market in the odd season, then you cannot maintain your price at 40 rupees because your raw material price will increasing. So in order to stabilize the price, you have a raw material stored in your warehouse so that it can use in production and your price will remain same. Because if raw material price will increase, your product price automatically will increase. Okay. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Then what are the other reasons why logistics get importance? What I've already told you that nowadays companies are restructuring their production facilities. Before this corona things, all the top companies in world, Dell, Apple, HP, other companies all have manufacturing facility in China. All have manufacturing location in China. The phone you are using, that may be Apple, that may be HTC, that may be other companies. If you move the phone, turn around the phone, you will see that is made in China. Every four things you are using, out of four, two are made from China. They are setting their manufacturing facility in China. From China, they are distributing the goods to all over India. How they are distributing? How they are distributing? By logistics only. So, because of this production facility is located in one place and your your consumers are located in different part, that's why logistics has gained importance. Another thing is that now consumers need more variety of products to satisfy their needs. Now they are not limited to the one product variety. Gone are those days when your industrialization start in era from 17th century, when Ford company starts its manufacturing unit, it is offering only one ambassador car to people. Those who are not eager to also buy, they are forced to buy because there is no other option. Those days are gone. Now consumers are ready to pay price for it and they want variety of goods according to their needs. They need goods. So in this process also logistic gain importance. Third point is product life cycle are contracting. In your books all are there, only I am elaborating the points. In your books it all are there. Product life cycle means as a human has its life cycle starting from its childhood to death. A product life cycle has been divided into four parts: introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. All products have to go through by this four path: introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. Why these product cycles are contracting? Contracting means now the product cycle जो लेंथ है प्रोडक्ट साइकिल का वो कम हो जा रहा है. Why it has been so? Because the trends are immediately changing. People are before some days people are wanting something. After some days their trend change, fashion change, everything change. They want some another thing. Now, if you see the fashion of girls or boys, earlier they were used to some different kind of pant shirts. Now they are using some different kind of clothes. So nowadays it is too less. The company is continuously improving or innovating new goods and services to satisfy their consumers. Otherwise, they will not exist in the current cutthroat competitions. Another thing, because of logistics, if your logistic cost is more or distribution cost is more, how much efficient manufacturing facility you have, it has also no use. Your manufacturing facility is much more efficient and you are producing a goods at very much lower cost than your competitors. But while distributing the goods, you are incurring heavy cost. Ultimately, what happens? The consumer have to pay a huge price for the goods. So, if your logistic or transportation cost is not optimum or not minimum, your efficient manufacturing facility will have no use. Okay, am I clear to all of you? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Then your logistic task. Okay. Logistic task means that in your book, if you open your book, in page number 10, there is a diagram. Okay. All of you have a book or not? All of you have book with you or not?
Sir, I will share the screen.
Okay, okay. You share the screen. Those who have book, please see page number 10. In that, you saw there is a diagram that customers order processing and all those that diagram. If you, I will give an example to understand what a diagram is all about. Suppose anybody wants a scooty or bike. Okay, you go to showroom of any model or any bike or any company of bike you can want to purchase. Now you go to a showroom where you can get the bike. You go when you go, you want a bike or scooty of in different color. that color is not available with that showroom. Okay. Then when you place the order with that showroom, then you will make inquiry. In that system, you will make inquiry that this company's bike with this color, in which location it is available now. If you are purchasing a bike from Bhubaneswar, that Bhubaneswar showroom manager will inquire that this color bike where it is available. So from his system he get to know that this bike or this color bike is available with Calcutta or nearest Visakhapatnam or Raipur. In this area is available. Then he get to know that this color is available in Calcutta. Then you will ask him that how many days that I will get the bike. Then he will give you option that from Calcutta within 3 days you get the bike. This much of information you will get by sitting at one place from Bhubaneswar. So the diagram is all about that thing. The diagram shown in your book, that is customer placing a order, then order is processed by, then or the showroom manager will inquire about the availability of the product. If that product is available in nearby location, how many days it will reach with Bhubaneswar, and this showroom manager will give you time that within 3 days or within 4 days you will get your bike. Suppose after 3 days or 4 days you go to inquire about the goods. Suppose that goods is not reached with that Bhubaneswar showroom, then what the person will do? He will again check in the system, then will tell you that the bike is already shipped from Visakhapatnam. Now it is in this location. By evening it will reach with us. This most of information, this most of facility you will get because of this information system or logistic information system. At one place you can get to know your bike, your लोकेशन, where the बाइक स्टॉक, बाइक अभी कहाँ पे है, कहाँ रुका हुआ है, कब कितने दिन में आ जाएगा, all information you will get by sitting at one place because of the networking system. He can, because of the barcoding, he can exactly tell you that where is your things is right now. Suppose you are sending a speed post or courier, by that serial number you can track the goods or track the courier where it is exactly, where it will exactly reach with the customers. So this is information system. All because of that information system you can get all the things. So this diagram is all about what I discussed now, that is customer placing order, warehousing, inventory, transportation and warehouse. So in this example, if you have any doubt or anything you want to understand from this diagram, ask me, I will explain. I have given you an example regarding that diagram. If anything you want to understand from the diagram, then ask me, I will make you understand by giving another example. Or it is clear, I will go ahead.
Sir, it's clear.
It's clear. So till now, what we discussed, sorry, anybody want to ask?
No, sir.
Okay. Till now, what we have discussed, all of you now I think little bit clear what is marketing and logistics. Marketing and logistics though are separate branch, but without complement to each other, without collaborating or without converging each other, marketing and logistics cannot go separately. As a man and woman are two different elements of society, to get the best result out of this, a man and woman or male and female have to combine and help each other to get a better objective or better perspective in society. Similarly, marketing and logistics have to some point of time have to converge each other. Converge means they have to mix. उनको मिलना ही होगा to get a better customer service, to reduce cost, to increase the growth of sales, to increase the share of the company, to increase the welfare of the company, everything. So now we have discussed to some point or discussed up to a point when marketing and logistics will have to converge to get all the objectives of a business to fulfill or to satisfy. Okay. Am I audible? Hello, is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then domestic and international logistics. What is domestic, what is international? All of you know.
Yes, sir.
So in domestic means within one country's boundary. International means you have to send goods from one country to another country. So in international logistics and domestic logistics, first point of consideration is logistic cost. What will be the cost of logistics? What will be the cost of transportations? That is the first point of discussion. In domestic, automatically the cost will be less. In international, automatically the cost will be high because the goods will go by air or water. It will incur a heavy cost or to incur heavy cost on this logistics part. Okay. But the companies who are primarily depend on export, whose main sales revenue are from export, they have to they have a separate logistic department which is operating 24/7 because of the increasing sales from international countries. Suppose my country is producing in India, my almost 70-80% revenues are coming from my export or coming from different country. So I have to continuously work upon my logistic part so that the goods will be reached to the ultimate consumer, though it is little bit high cost. Okay. Am I clear? Am I clear, students? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You are there or you are listening or not?
Yes, sir. We are listening. Actually, वो बटन माइक को ऑन ऑफ करने में टाइम लग रहा है.
Okay. Then second is mechanisms or mechanics. In another difference between domestic and international logistics is mechanics. Mechanics means the process through which you will transport the goods. In international, there are many laws and there are many customs laws and all those laws that are operating. So, because of that, the mechanics of operating or mechanic of logistics in local areas is quietly different from international areas. Third is political and cultural environment. Political and cultural environment means political stability in a country, and cultural environment means how the culture of a country is shaping the transportation of a country. Means suppose in India, generally people don't like goods to be packed in leather covers. जो चमड़ा होती है, चमड़ा गाय का हो, इसका हो, इंडियन पीपल्स डोंट लाइक बिकॉज दे आर total people are 70-60-70% people are from Hindu peoples. So in this case, if you want to deliver goods in India, you have to take care of the cultural things what people don't like. Then you will design your transportation mechanics or transportation pattern. The country where these things are not there, you can pack the goods with those covers, but not in India. So, these political and cultural things will influence your logistics department and they will take care of these things. Okay? Is it clear or not? Hello? Hello?
Sir.
Clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then come to role of information technology. Role of information technology in logistics. In it, there also a graph in your book. Nowadays, without information, nothing is possible. Marketing needs information to store data about their privileged customers. Logistic needs information so that he can manage cost, manage customers, everything. There is a database where customer data, company records, published information, management data, all are there. At the time of need, you can retrieve data from the database, data retrieval, data processing, data analysis. After retrieving data, you can prepare summary reports, status report, any kind of report, analysis, and all those things you can do. So nowadays, the power is information. All the efficiency of a company depends on how much information it carries, how much or what much of extra information he carries. If you have more information, then you are more efficient. If you have less information, then you are less efficient. Nowadays, by clicking on a computer, you can sitting on a place, you can know what are your company doing, where is your product, in all everything about your product. So that is the importance of information system in logistics. Okay, now almost the first chapter is over. We are moving to second chapter, that is international marketing strategies and logistics. In first chapter, you have any till now what we have discussed, you have any doubt, ask me. Anybody who are listening this lecture, any doubt?
No, sir, no doubt.
No doubt. Only Himani is listening. Other, what about others?
Sir, no doubt.
Okay. Then we come to second chapter, that is international marketing strategies and logistics. Means what are strategies used by companies in international logistics. Logistics we already knew, international we already knew. The new thing come here is strategies. Strategy means the advance of plan. All of you know what is planning? Hello?
Yes, sir.
What is planning? Planning is deciding in advance for future course of action. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, what is the difference between planning and strategies? When there is planning, what is the point of inventing a new word strategy? Because of the cutthroat competition in the business. Nowadays, every company is competing with another company for survival. So in these days, when the environment is so dynamic, so changing, people have to continuously plan. Means you cannot suppose मैं आज सुबह उठा, प्लान कर दिया कि मैं आज 8 बजे उठूंगा, 9 बजे पढ़ूंगा, 10 बजे इग्नू क्लास लूंगा, then I will do other works, then my day will over. This plan will work when there is no uncertainty regarding my environment. Suppose मैं आज कॉलेज में जॉब कर रहा हूँ, कॉलेज आया, आई हैव टू टेक क्लास एट 10 AM, मेरे को मेरे प्रिंसिपल ने बुला दिया 10 AM में, वहां से आया और कोई काम आ गया, then I cannot fulfill my plan. So in a static environment, when the environment is static or constant type of environment, planning gives you result. But in dynamic environment, when you have to change your plans constantly, planning will not help you. That's why different management researchers give strategy in case of plan or using strategy in case of plan. In strategy, what you can do or what advanced thing you can do, that if you are doing certain things, immediately certain things change, how will you react? Suppose you are producing certain goods, you are in half of production, till you get to know, till my production ended and product goes to market, until then the fashion will change, the trend will change. Means तुम्हारा प्रोडक्शन खत्म होते होते और मेरा प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में आते आते क्या होगा, ऑलरेडी वो प्रोडक्ट क्या हो गया होगा, आउटडेटेड हो गया होगा, तो ऑब्सोलेट हो गया होगा. Then how will you react? What will you do of that product? That is called strategies. You have to take care of everything. If this situation will not last for long, what will you do? In due to sudden change, how will you react? That is called strategy. So nowadays, marketing strategy, logistic strategy, for instance, nobody used marketing plan because the dynamic changes, the changes of environment, changes everything is changing so frequently, so instantly that you have to quick enough or you have to be very alert to adapt that change, otherwise you will be extinct or you will be out of the business. That's why it is called strategy. Uh, am I clear to all of you what is planning and what is strategy?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Okay. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Uh, students, you respond when I'm asking, because in this virtual class, I cannot get to know a reaction from because we are getting it or not. So I am in a confusion that what I am delivering, all things are reached to you in good way or not. So you respond, all of you, even if you turn off your mic, respond when I'm asking you are getting it or not, respond, or if you are doubt and ask me. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Then the various components of physical distribution. Physical distribution, what is distribution? I already told you. Physical means जो प्रोडक्ट है उसको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना मीन्स फिजिकल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. Virtual distribution means what? This class I am taking, that is virtual class. When you are in a classroom, say classroom settings, and I am taking class, then it will be known as actual classroom. Physical distribution means when goods and products are distributed to you directly, that is physical distribution. In what are the components of it? First component is availability of stock. That all of you know what is availability of stock. Then is order cycle time. Order cycle time means the time you gave the order, the time gap between the process, the placement of order and the receiving of goods. That is called order cycle time. मीन्स कितना टाइम आप लोग लेते हो एक चीज ऑर्डर करने में और सेम चीज रिसीव करने में. दैट इज कॉल्ड ऑर्डर साइकिल टाइम. थर्ड इज फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ डिलीवरी. Frequency of delivery means suppose your company is catering to different retailers. तुम्हारा कंपनी क्या है? गुड्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर रहा है किसको? डिफरेंट रिटेलर को. रिटेलर जो होते हैं वो छोटे छोटे दुकान होते हैं, उनके पास इतना वेयरहाउसिंग कैपेसिटी नहीं है. दे डोंट हैव लार्ज वेयरहाउस to store the goods. If they don't have large storehouse, that means you have to give them delivery at a means on a shorter time. Suppose 2 दिन में डिलीवरी दिए, फिर और 2 दिन में एक बार देना पड़ेगा, उनके पास स्टॉक रखने के लिए जगह ही नहीं है. That is called frequency of delivery. Then on schedule delivery. On schedule delivery means at the time of requirement you have to give them, because otherwise if you don't give them on time, then their customers will be lost. They will not purchase goods from you, because customer once come to their place and the goods is not available, they will shift to another goods, they will not come to their shop. Last is reliability of delivery. Reliability means confidence. Means they are sure that your company will deliver goods to them. That is called reliability. Suppose you went to a shop and that shop promised you to give the goods on Sunday. Again you go on Sunday, the goods you don't find, then your reliability will be lost. You will not, in future, you you will not believe on that shopkeeper's words that you will able to give you the goods in proper time. That is called reliability of delivery. Am I clear to all of you?
Sir, what is the difference between strategic planning and tactical planning?
The planning, I think that is means in next or the next chapter or in this chapter, so little bit ahead. Planning
Sir,
maybe
is it
planning are
page
let me
number
explain you. I
25.
25. I will explain you. Now I am explaining you. Don't worry. Planning is three level planning. Okay. One is your strategic planning, then your tactical, then your operational planning. Okay. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Strategic planning means when the company's chairman, board of director decide about the company's aims and vision and mission. That has been strategic words. Means suppose I am giving a small example of you. Of if what is your name? You are asking question. What's your name? Himami.
Yes, sir.
Himani. Suppose your father and mother sits and decide that you will be a chartered accountant after graduation. Okay. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Then it is called your strategic planning. Means overall objective is now decided that what you want to do. Similarly, when company's board of director, company's chairman, all other key members decide, suppose Maruti decides next year they have to increase sales by 20%. That is called strategic planning. Or they want
But sir,
to improve.
before we discuss that, planning means to go in a specific way, but
Yes.
strategic means to go in a dynamic way.
Okay. True.
But sir, now strategic planning means
In here strategic planning. Here strategic planning means the broad objective will be decided. After that,
okay.
while implementing the plans, suppose I gave you example. Suppose your father mother decides that you will be a chartered accountant. After 2 years, if you are not able to pass inter, I'm giving just an example. If you are not, suppose my father mother decides I will be a doctor after doing my inter. After doing my inter, I go for coaching. After giving 2-3 attempts, I'm not able to crack the entrance examination. If I will continue for another 5-6 years, then it is only planning, not strategic planning. If after giving 1-2 attempt, I decide not I am not getting into that. Now I have to change my direction. Then I will go for another area. I will change my that doctor aim. I will go to different aim. Are you getting me? That is called strategy. Strategic planning means the company in its annual meeting or in board general meeting to decide 3-4 main objectives that the next year the company wants to achieve: increase in sales, increase in customer satisfaction, increase in some services, or increasing in broad objective. Then after the broad objective, then your tactical and operational planning will follow that main objective. How you can achieve the main objective? That is by your tactical planning. Then from tactical to day-to-day operation, operational planning. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then strategic logistic planning. In page number 23, there is a diagram framework of strategic logistic planning. In that facility location, I already told you what is facility location. Operational strategies, inventory management, information systems, material handling, and traffic and transportation, planning and control methods, organization. Out of these 6-7 methods, we already discussed many methods, many things. So if you have any doubt on this, so thanking for sharing. Who is sharing this page? The left hand side,
Sir,
the individual link system. If anybody has any doubt on these points, tell me, I will explain to you. Anybody has doubt on the points given in quality of individual link of logistics system, who is sharing, thank you for sharing this. On that facility location, operational strategies, inventory management, information system, all the points are given there. If you have any doubt regarding those points, tell me, I will explain to you. If you have no doubt, then I will
sir,
move.
no doubt.
No doubt. Okay. Then already I've discussed in page number 25, the Himani, I think, asked me what is strategic planning, tactical planning, and operational activity. I have discussed all these three. Strategic planning means the main objective is fixed first, then tactical planning, how to achieve that objective, small plans have been made, then day-to-day operational management, operational activity. These are three level of planning made in. First one is made at management level, second one is managerial level, third one is workers level. These three types of planning are made. Okay. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Then important concept. Three important concept of logistics. Page number 26. First one is the cost trade-off. All of you, first concept is cost trade-off. All of you get this? Those who
Yes,
have
sir.
book page number 26, three important concepts. First one is cost trade-off. Trade-off means maintaining a balance. Trade-off means maintaining a balance. Suppose one woman is working or one man is working. It is more applicable on a woman, and a woman is working as well as managing his house. So at that time, he cannot give more emphasis to work, less emphasis to house, or more emphasis to house, less emphasis on work. In both the cases, the person who is doing job as well as managing house is in problem. आप किसी एक काम को ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं दे सकते. In some cases, in that case, what will you do? You have to maintain a balance between your work life and your house life. Suppose your person is more workaholic, means always doing work, not giving importance to family. In that case, family will be dissatisfied with him. कि हाँ ये बहुत काम करता है, घर में ध्यान नहीं देता. और एक पर्सन बहुत ज्यादा घर में ध्यान देता है, काम में ध्यान नहीं देता. ऑफिस पर्सन will unhappy. So in this case, one person, male or female person, will have to strike balance between working life and family life. Otherwise, it will have no purpose. Similarly, the cost trade-off means you have to maintain a balance between your cost and your logistic transportations. You cannot choose a transport system which is too costly. You have to choose how to manage it, that your logistic system should be efficient, your customers will reach, your consumers will satisfied, your goods will reach at proper place, proper time, everything, but in what cost? With minimum cost. So that's why you have to maintain a balance between your logistic system and the costs incurred for this. Otherwise, if you give more importance on customer satisfaction, don't care about cost, then your product price will be too high. You are not able to meet your customers' expectation regarding price. So you have to maintain a balance. Second concept is, am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Madam, battery serial. phone battery. ना चार्जर आने नहीं. Oh, okay. Students, let me tell you that my phone battery is low. Okay.
Okay, sir.
The point my phone is switch off. I will go. I will not take class. But the time we have lost today, I will manage it tomorrow because I have not prepared today for taking this class in this online mode. So please excuse me. From tomorrow onwards, I have no problem, nothing else. The class will be
No problem, sir.
the class will go on continuously. Okay, please bear with me for this today only because I don't have an idea regarding this. I will means I'll compensate your time as well as your everything. Okay, so let me come to another concept, that is total cost concept. In this concept, what we'll do, that we have two alternatives. When you have 2-3 alternatives, you calculate the cost of each alternative. Suppose I have transport rail alternative, I can use water, I can use air, I can use road. But which transportation will be less costly to me? I will calculate the cost and compare these modes. Then I will decide if the cost is minimum in rail, I will deliberately choose rail transport apart from others. That is called total cost concept. Am I clear? Am I clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then is total system concept. Total system concept means, I have already explained to you that you cannot do logistic in isolation. Logistic means if you will add small components, then it become logistics. From transportation of our goods from manufacturing facility to the destination, it is all total of logistics. It is a system. System means a total part. Total part includes your transportation, warehouse, everything. So this is a broader concept where you will reduce cost on every aspect of this system so that your total cost will be minimum. ये लॉजिस्टिक जो है ये बहुत सारा कंपोनेंट्स को लेके है. here there is not only one component. अगर one component होता, then you can control logistic costs by controlling that one component. Though it is a combination of different components, you have to minimize cost on each part so that as a system your total cost will be reduced. Okay, am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Then environment of foreign trade. Foreign trade means export import. Are you getting me? Foreign trade means export or import. In foreign trade, what factors will take into consideration? First is competition. What is competition? In foreign trade, there is no restriction of companies who can enter into. Suppose in India, as India is a global market, any car company wants to come to India, there is no restriction. Hyundai can come, your Mercedes can come, BMW can come, any company can come. In this, Indian companies also are there. So in order to survive in the market, this foreign competitor has to compete with themselves and with Indian company. This is the nature of foreign trade. Now if Tata is selling this same feature car in 5 lakh, Hyundai is selling the same feature of car 6 lakh, people will not buy Hyundai car because Tata is giving in less cost. Similarly, if a foreign company is giving same feature in less cost, an Indian company is giving same feature in higher cost, nobody will purchase goods from Indian company. So nowadays, companies have to be very competitive in order to survive in the foreign trade vision. When there is no globalization, only Indian companies are doing business in India, then people are forced to buy Indian goods because there is no other alternatives. Now, customers have many alternatives. If they are not finding your company's product are efficient, they will not buy from you. So this is a basic feature of foreign trade. Another is government regulations. In different country, the government regulate these industries in different way. So if you want to, in order to do business in their country, you have to obey the rules and regulation of these countries. So that may be in distribution part, in marketing part, or in manufacturing. If you any Indian company want to go to USA to manufacture, they have their production standards, production safety, pollution safety, everything. If you, in order to make production in USA, you have to adhere all those rules and regulations. Any food item supplied from India to USA, ensure the quality by that country, ensure that no more pesticides are used in that foods, no child labor is used in that foods. There are many standards Indian company has to obey to export goods to USA. Similarly, in many countries have their own rules and regulations. Okay. Am I clear to all of you? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then come to page number 32 in your book, Integration of Systems Functions in International Supply Chain. There is a pyramid type of graph is there. There is a pyramid type of graph is there. First, in higher level, they make strategic planning where objective and policies are defined. When the broad objective of a company is decided, the broad policy is decided. Then tactical planning to follow or to achieve that objective and policy decided in strategic plan. Then the company do tactical planning, plans and forecast. Then at lower level or in workers level, there are operational planning, means day-to-day operation have been made. First one is in ground, there are commercial function, logistic function, production function, supply function. These are the base of this pyramid. Logistic function, already you know what is logistic. Production function means how much time you need to produce the goods. Supply means from goods after production, how it will reach to the customers. In supply, there is in supply function, logistic is a part. Now logistic is separate function now. Then commercial function means buying, selling and buying of goods. After the goods reached in destination, how you will sell them and how you will buy the raw materials to manufacture the goods. Hello?
Yes, sir.
This it is a completion of your second chapter. Okay. How many are there who are listening to the lecture? This your
Yes, sir. We are listening.
this is the second chapter is completed. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So kindly excuse me for today. My battery is only 10% left. I forget to get my charger. So I will continue this from unit 3 in IBO 5 book 1 from tomorrow 10. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So tomorrow 10 I will take up to 12:13. Don't worry, I will finish it because today I am not prepared. I am very sorry. Please excuse me for today. I will make sure that tomorrow you have no problem at all. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, please.
No problem,
Okay,
sir.
okay. Please excuse me. Okay. No issue. Tomorrow I will connect you. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.